G'day guys, welcome to a really short video today. Today we're actually just going to be featuring a product that we've recently started to collaborate with, and this product is really new to the Australian market and actually even really new to the global market. We received an email, just for a little bit of context, an email from a lady in Hong Kong from a company called Ecoflow, and asking us to test out what they call the Ecoflow Wave. Now the Ecoflow Wave, in a real simple terms, is a portable air conditioner. When we first sort of heard about this, we're like, well, we're traveling in a caravan, we've already got an aircon automatically installed, but we knew that within a couple of months we'd be selling the van, unfortunately, and that we'd be going back to camping in a swag for a short period of time, or in a tent, as you can see us here today. So we thought, why not? Let's give it a crack. Now, the other thing that I was a little bit apprehensive about when you get a cold reach out from somebody in another country asking you to promote a product is that we really only want to promote products on our channel which we actually believe are good value and things that we would actually invest in ourselves. Now, as I said, if you're caravanning around Australia, you've already got something, or an air conditioner installed in your van, this probably isn't the solution for you. But we'll go through a couple of user cases today and talk through a couple of others that I sort of think that this may be a particularly good portable air conditioner for your travels. So, number one, as we've got set up here, our old tent that we used to camp in as a family as the kids were growing up, brought back a few memories, and we're probably lucky that this is set up in the backyard tonight, because after setting it up with old Maeve, I'll probably need to sleep out here tonight. But anyway, in all seriousness, I think this product is really good for people who are traveling frequently and using a tent. People who are traveling the country in a camper trailer, and as you know, most camper trailers don't have air conditioners installed in them, so I think the this is a feasible alternative if you're traveling around Australia, particularly the hotter regions and in summer where you need an aircon. This is going to work for swags and rooftop tents. As a matter of fact, this is going to make your swag or your rooftop tent an igloo in the matter of seconds. And number three, if you are living in a shared household or you're renting a house and you need air conditioning because it doesn't have it, I think that this is potentially a good piece of kit to invest in, rather than spending money on putting an air conditioner, a properly installed home air conditioner, into somebody else's property. You can pick this up and take it with you the minute that you move out. So another alternative for or different use case for this particular product. So let's take a look at the product and how it works. Alright, so let's have a look at the unit and actually see how it functions and how quickly and efficiently this is actually going to impact the ambient temperature. So I'll just switch the unit on. Now it's saying that it's 28 degrees at the moment. You've also got a battery hour meter here. Now as the unit fires up here, this is obviously going to change relatively quickly. And now I'll just go and I will show you how the unit functions. So it's 28 degrees inside the tent. I'm just going to set the temperature that I desire, which is 22 degrees. There's also a really cool timer feature here, so if you want to set it, there's 30-minute increments in terms of turning itself off. As you can see, the temperature's already dropping relatively quickly. And then there's a mode button here where you can switch it from air conditioning mode to eco mode, or just to fan mode. So if it's a cooler night and you just want some airflow, you can also use this unit as a fan. So as you can see, within a matter of seconds, the ambient temperature that's in measure has already dropped down. The other thing that we'll show you though is that it's only saying there's about a 1.5 hour battery life running on the 20 amp hour battery sitting down the bottom here. Now that's okay, because as the air cools down and it gets down to a temperature where it just goes to a maintenance mode in terms of the temperature, you'll see that battery power jump up again. And I don't know about you, but if you're sitting in a really hot destination in Australia and you just need an hour and a half of cool air, this is still going to be really cool, because as you saw really quickly, it's dropped from about 29 degrees already down to 26. Obviously, if you're running the fan at a higher speed, or if you're in a 40-degree day and you want it down to 16 degrees inside your tent, it's going to use more power. So just be a little bit, I guess, flexible in terms of the way that you set your unit to work. And again, you can see on the temperature display here that it's dropping relatively quickly. And if, Mavo, you can feel here. That's nice cold air that's actually blowing out of the unit, and it's only been switched on for a couple of minutes. So really, really cool functionality. The other thing that I'll show you really quickly, and I'll put some screenshots in here because it's probably easier than looking at it. It's a really cool mobile app that comes with the setup. So instead of having to use the buttons, which to be really honest are really easy to use, you can use this really cool app to switch the unit between cooling mode, fan mode, and eco mode. Just looking at the temperature now, in the time that I've been talking, it's dropped down to 21 to 20 degrees inside the tent here. So the efficiency of this unit is actually blowing me away. Now, I'm just going to let it cycle for a little bit longer, and I'll show you some of the, I guess, the ways that you can set this unit up, because at the moment we've got it set up in the tent. You can probably hear the unit. It's not that loud, but you can probably hear it coming through the camera. So if it's a night situation where you're actually wanting to get some sleep, there is a way that you can put this unit outside. So let's see how we can multi-configure the setup of this unit to suit the environment and the situation that you're looking to cool down. So the Ecoflow Wave also comes with a range of attachments and parts, I guess, that are designed to suit the situation that you find yourself in. So just say that we were in this two-room tent, whoops, we're in this two-room tent and we wanted to pipe the cold air that's blowing out of the machine into the back bedroom here. So for cold air direction, it comes with this shroud, which will sit in here nice and easily, and then you utilize ducts which concertina out. So I can attach this duct here, and actually run this into the bedroom that we'll be sleeping in. So the unit is sitting out here a little bit further away from your head while you're sleeping, a little bit quieter, but you're actually redirecting the airflow. Obviously I've moved the unit over, but you're ducting the airflow into the area that you want it to. Alright, so let's take a look at another use case where you want the nice cold air to stay in your tent, but yet you need to actually duct and get rid of the hot air. So just really quickly, at the front of the unit, you've got this beautiful cold air. Currently it's 17 degrees coming into the tent, but what's happening at the back of the unit is twofold. It's pushing the hot air that it's drawing out to the back, but it's also pulling in fresh air, I guess, that's at room temperature, for it to work through the system. So we've got this shroud as well, which clicks on the back, really quite straightforward. That just clicks on there. You reposition your unit so that you grab your two ducts. This one is going to be pushing the hot air out of the room that you're trying to cool. This one down the bottom is going to be pulling in the fresh air ready to be cooled and pushed into the tent. So you can use that, and I guess it's pretty counterintuitive if you've got cold air and hot air blowing in the same space. So these ducts are going to look after you in that situation. Now the last thing that I would like to show you as well is, obviously, particularly in Australia and particularly in the Northern Territory and Northwest WA, and also in Queensland, you're going to come across humidity, and this machine will certainly, as all conditioners do, pull humidity out of the air. So what it does, or what your options are in a high humidity situation, is that there's a rubber bung at the back of the unit here, which you simply pull, grab your concertina hose, and then you're going to install it in there, and that will direct your water. Obviously you direct it out of the tent with the ducts, and that will direct the water from the humidity that the machine is taking out of the air. So all in all, it's a really configurable unit. Again, obviously when you're in a tent, you're going to be using your zippers to wrap around the ducts and those sorts of things to make it as thermally efficient as possible. It's never going to be as good as an installed air conditioner, but you're camping in a tent. So how good is it to have cold air blowing out at you? We'll just fire that up. Oh, it's gone to sleep. Thanks, maybe. You've got cold air at 16 degrees on a 28 degree day, blowing beautifully into your camp setup. How good. Alright, so here we are in Talia and Jaden's room, and this user case is when you're in a shared household. Kids have moved into the house and it is really hot in this particular room because it gets hit by the western sun. Nice portable little unit. These guys love camping as well, so in terms of an investment for them, they can utilize this in their bedroom when they're at home, but they can also utilize it in their swag or their rooftop tent when they go camping. The temperature's dropped from 28 degrees to 19 degrees already. It's not super hot today, but it's for Brisbane, but it is relatively warm. As you can see, in a matter of seconds, that temperature has dropped significantly. Because we're running on 240 at the moment, or mains power, it means this unit can run indefinitely. I mentioned a little bit earlier on the video as well that you can run that concertina pipe to direct water that comes out of the humidity of the air that this is taking out. One of the great features of the Ecoflow Wave is it also has an inbuilt alarm. So if you forget to put that little hose in, it will sound an alarm to tell you that water is building up in the back of the unit and it needs to be emptied via that bung at the back. So thumbs up for that as well. It's built-in security that the unit's not going to fill up with water. Okay, so here we are in Mavo's editing room for all of our YouTube videos. I just wanted to close out the video with a few key specifications, a few little insights from me, and where you can actually get your hands on one of these if you think it looks like something that's going to grab you. So as I mentioned, this is a battery pack that the EcoWave runs on. It's an additional purchase to the air conditioner, and there's also an entire ecosystem of Ecoflow products. So the air conditioner is the Wave. They have a portable lithium power bank, which is called the Delta Max, and that works really, really well with this particular unit. And the other game changer I see with this battery pack, whether it is the Delta unit or this smaller one that goes with the Ecoflow Wave, is that they take a 12-volt input, meaning that you can plug a portable solar panel in to the Ecoflow Wave unit. So that for me is an absolute game changer when you're off grid for an extended period of time, that you can, when the solar conditions are good in your area, plug that soft panel into the battery pack and recharge this item to use at night. Now, as I said, this is a 20 amp hour battery, and the EcoWave Flow, when it's actually working and cooling the air, will run anywhere between 2 amps and 10 amps. Now 2 amps is when it's in maintenance mode, or as low as 2 amps when it's in maintenance mode. 10 amps is obviously when you've just fired the unit up and it's cooling the air rapidly to get down to the desired temperature. But to give you some context in terms of probably usable 17 amp hours in this battery, because you don't want to run it dead flat. All lithium batteries can use down to about 15–20% of their overall capacity. You're going to get anywhere between 1.5 and 6 hours of solid use with this in nighttime conditions. And again, it's really going to depend on the humidity, the ambient temperature, and those sorts of things. But the ability for the unit to run most of the night, and even for 1.5 hours, is enough time when it's really, really hot to get to sleep at night. And generally, once you're asleep, you're a little bit more comfortable if the temperature was to go up. So I really love this product. I really love the way that Ecoflow are building an ecosystem of devices. I did mention that lithium power bank. They do make a 400 watt soft panel as well, which was I was hoping would be here in time to show this video, because it would have added more impact while we were out camping in our backyard there in the tent. But it's all available very soon. It's launching in terms of a pre-launch in Australia right now. I'm going to leave some details in the description. There'll be a link if you would like to get more information and potentially order this particular product as a pre-order. And there's also going to be a code that will give you an additional discount on the device as well. So all up, as I said at the beginning of the video, we weren't sure how this product was going to feel, whether it was going to suit our use cases and those sorts of things. And as I said throughout the video, it's not going to suit everybody, but if you're traveling in a long-term in a camper trailer, you need cold air. If you're using a rooftop tent, a swag, or even living in a shared household, this may be the option for you. It's the cheapest item on the market. However, the quality of this unit is probably its biggest outstanding feature, and also its portability, its lightweight nature, and it simply looks really good. The mobile application is absolutely awesome. I've had some experience with different lithium battery companies, and some of their applications are absolutely rubbish, but the Ecoflow Wave, or the Ecoflow app, which integrates the entire Ecoflow ecosystem that I was talking about together, is really, really good quality, really simple to use, and as you'll have already seen the screenshots in the video, it looks really good. So if you're interested in this product, jump into this video's description. The links will be there. Your discount product code will be there as well.